Alright, say you make some change to a file, or you just want to push some files, or you have a new repository you want to create and push to. You can go ahead and open up Git Bash in your desired directory. I already have it open, but as you can see here, I can go ahead and say Git Status. There's a change file. Go ahead and add the change file. And once that is done, you can go ahead and commit it. Changes to file, and then you go to push it, and for some reason you can't push. Permission denied, public key, fatal, could not read from remote repository. Please make sure you have the correct access rights and the repository exists. Now this may be because the repository doesn't exist, which is unlikely in this case, or in other rare cases you may not have access to a private repository where your IP needs to be allowed to add your key to it. Or, more than likely, which has happened to me in the past, is that you just forgot to add your SSH key to your GitHub account. So, in order to do that, you just want to navigate to your GitHub account, go to your settings, on the left-hand side, SSH and GPG keys, add a new SSH key. I recommend you put a meaningful title, name, date, and then add the key. Now, in order to add the key, all you really need to do is execute this one command right here. And you also should do the follow-up command. So you put your email there. So type in whatever your email is. I already have a nice little bash variable in my email. So let's go ahead and do that. Right, so now for this, I recommend you save it in your default directory. The default directory should be your home directory /.sh/id_rsa should be there by default. Another thing to note is if you're on Linux or Mac, yeah, I will overwrite this file. You may or may not have SSH Key Gen. I'm assuming this came with my Git Bash installed on Windows 10. So if you're using SSH Key Gen and it doesn't recognize as a command, you probably have to pull it from somewhere. So now that we have that done, I recommend that you also follow the bottom step, which is to add your SSH key, your new SSH key, to your SSH agent. This, I believe, if I remember correctly, this essentially just makes it so that you don't have to, that means that it's actually running, you don't have to repeatedly add your key in certain scenarios. I don't remember exactly, but if it's in the tutorial, if GitHub themselves recommend it, then more than likely it's a good idea. And look at that, one command, identity added, da-da-da, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So now what you want to do is simply copy the contents of that file. You can go ahead and copy paste it, or you can, you know, do, what is it? Let's see, I'll do it this way. We'll do tilde, which is that, and then .sh/id_rsa. There you go. Now it's copied to my clipboard. Let's go over to the dialog box and go ahead and paste the key in. Paste. Oh, wait a second. RSA private key. Okay, this is not looking right. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Oh! Ooh, almost made a mistake. Okay. ISA ID_RSA dot pub. You want the public key. You do not want your RSA key. You want the public key. So go ahead and, okay, this is looking correct. I believe you can see that earlier. Yeah, right here. As you can see here, your public key has been saved, and this is the directory. You could just copy paste this and do that, or, you know, just put .pub, either way. So now you have the key, add SSH key. Boom, now you should be able, if you go back to Git, do I still have that commit? Yes, I do. If you do Git push, it actually pushes, and it actually will get into your repository. So that's pretty much it. Just need to create the key, and then literally all you have to do to connect it to your GitHub account is copy the public key, and once you are done with that, I recommend, like I said, adding it to the SSH agent, because if I remember correctly, that just basically makes it easier for later instances. And it's good to follow the tutorial, because you never know in the future when you're trying to do something and something may not work, and it's because you forgot to do one little minute thing, and no reason to cause a headache when you don't have to.